So, the G line isn't open. Obviously, RTD is having a bit of trouble with their commuter rail. RTD has given us the promise of the G line arriving in fall 2016. So technically, they don't have to open the G line until December 20th at the latest. So from the finishing of this video, they have 21 days to open the G line in fall of 2016. The G line will run between Ward Road in the west and Union Station downtown in the east. An estimate by RTD boasts transit time between the two stations at 25 minutes. The trains will run every 15 minutes during peak hours.
So as you can see, the platforms are finished, the elevators are done, and the lots are paved. Yet, no trains are running. An interesting fact is the trains will be operating out of one single platform in the Old Town Arvada station. So this means that the east and west trains will be leaving from the same side of the platform. Totaling just under 11 miles, the Gold Line to Wheat Ridge is just under half the total distance of the A line to DIA. Construction on the Gold Line began in 2012, 1 year before the W line opened up to the public, and 4 years before the first commuter rail train opened up in Denver. If the line does open up before 2017, it'll be the third commuter rail train to open up in Denver this year. Now you may see the odd train running on these tracks, but these are just for testing purposes and not servicing passengers at this time. A quick note, RTD has ceased operations of any trains on this line due to current complications. Most, if not all, of the stations are complete, including this one here at Arvada Ridge, where the platform has been finished since the middle of October.
Most of the reason the G line is delayed is because of the problems RTD is having with the train, not the tracks. According to the Denver Post, RTD is having some operational concerns with the A and B lines. Currently, RTD has personnel posted at the commuter rail intersections on the A, B, and G lines. They are here to control traffic in the event of a gate malfunction. Another surprising source of shutdowns and delays has been lightning strikes, of which have happened twice during the short lifetime of the A line. So what are these problems? For one, RTD has been having problems with the gates at intersections, as evident by the flaggers sat at all commuter rail intersections. The same issues have been seen on the B line, yet the problems haven't been focused on because the B line has fewer intersections. According to CBS News, there are software problems. Some of these issues, according to Fox 13 and CW, are due to power outages on the 10th and 11th of August. These problems have been cited as being amateur hour, according to an article in the Westward. When the Federal Railroad Administration, or FRA for short, started to take a look at the RTD's A-line problem, there were talks about shutting down the line. RTD, wanting to avoid this, went into talks. With all the concerns, the FRA decidedly gave RTD a 90-day extension to solve all their signaling issues. The extension will carry RTD's commuter rail program to February next year. For RTD, these problems are more than a setback. These are threats to their stability as a public organization. With less ridership and holdbacks on their new trains, they are pushed further back into a corner. This continues beyond train problems for RTD. They are struggling to operate and maintain deteriorating bus fleets, some of which dating back to the early 2000s. Along with increased competition with ride-sharing programs and slow rollout of the MyRide card, RTD isn't in a sound place for growth. They took risks in 1994 when they opened the brand new light rail in the middle of downtown, and then again in 2004 when, with the voter-approved Fast Tracks program, they were put into a contract to innovate and expand the transportation options in the Denver metro area and Front Range. Besides being just another line for RTD, the opening of the G line symbolizes connection of Denver's neighborhoods and Denver's further connectivity through public transportation. If proof is needed for this, look at Union Station. In 2005, there weren't any structures in the area north of the terminal. No economic growth could be seen in that area. Fast Tracks changed all that by bringing more light rail and bus traffic to the area. Look at the area only 1 year ago, completely changed by infrastructure. There is no doubt that the problems with the A-line are important, but there is more of a bigger picture to be learned from this. When the G-line opens, and when these issues are a thing of the past, we will see the places that the train reaches transform in a similar way to Union Station. Even take a look at the W line. The line alone drew land developers who built near the tracks and people who live near stations being able to sell their homes and properties for more. If the big picture were to be put into words, we'd see infrastructure changes human behavior. When highways were built, people moved away from their inner city jobs because the commute was the same thanks to the speed of the highway, making inner cities for the people who couldn't afford to move away. Now it is as if the opposite is true. With transportation hubs moving back into the center of cities, more people move to the downtowns, often even commuting to their jobs in the suburbs. Commuter rail stations, acting as transportation hubs, will attract people and build up these places that were, for a time, neglected in part by the highway. If you stand back, this is kind of like how train signals are related to highways' neglection of the inner city. If there is one thing that you could take away from this, let it be that no matter how small of an issue signal issues on the A line seem now, the ripple effect of the G line opening can have big consequences, both positive and even negative.